You're sitting across from someone you once loved, and you can feel it before they say a word. The energy is off. The eye contact is slightly too rehearsed. Their smile arrives a second too late to be real. They're performing, and deep down you know it. But what is terrifying isn't their dishonesty. It's that they daren't even realize they're redoing it. This isn't acting. This is programming. A behavioral algorithm they've run so many times that their nervous system believes it's the truth. They're not lying to you. They're living the loop. And you, for the first time, are stepping outside of it. You watch their hand fidget with the straw. Their voice pitch rise just a touch as they talk about how fine they are. And it hits you, this isn't random. This is a predictable loop triggered by emotional discomfort. And now you freeze the frame. What you're about to learn isn't theory. Psychological surveillance through real-time decoding. Every human being you'll ever meet is a system running code, not just on bad days, but every day, especially under pressure. And here's the twist. They think it's personality, but it's survival. So you stop listening to words. You start tracking timing, tension, rhythm. You learn how a simple pause reveals more than paragraphs. This isn't about manipulation. It's about becoming untouchable. And from now on, when someone blames you, baits you, flatters you, or panics near you, you won't get pulled into their storm. You'll see the weather pattern coming 3 moves ahead. Because you're not in the scene anymore. You're reading it from above. And when you master this, people will call you intimidating, mysterious, emotionally cold, but what you are is finally awake. Next time you're in the heat of conflict, don't speak. Scan. Watch how the moment triggers the same response. They get louder. They go silent. They guilt. They joke. They change the subject. That's not random. That's their code screaming. And your power is simple. Do not react. When they expect panic, give them stillness. When they expect comfort, give them silence. This is not cruelty. This is psychological sovereignty. Because if they're running an approval loop, you can watch them beg for your reaction without saying a word. If they're chasing control, you let them lead until they run in circles and reveal their desperation. And here's what to do if you feel yourself getting pulled in. Pause, name the loop silently, and smile internally. Because once you name it, you own it. This is how predators get confused and manipulators malfunction. You became unreadable. You refused to press the button they've trained everyone else to press. Now they don't know how to move. Now you've broken their rhythm. Now they're exposed, and you haven't said a single word. That's not distance. That's dominance. Now let's go deeper. You want to hijack a mind? You don't attack it. You mirror its insecurity. A client obsessed with control? Ask questions that make them lead themselves. A romantic partner addicted to attention? Give them praise, then suddenly pull away. A friend that uses guilt to control? Say, I just didn't want to burden you, and watch their algorithm flip. Every reaction you provoke is data. Every pattern you confirm is leverage. And when you've read enough loops, you don't just survive conflict. You win it in silence. Imagine someone trying to provoke you in a meeting. Everyone's watching. You could speak up, explain yourself, prove them wrong. But instead, you go still. You look at them without flinching. You give no emotional feedback. What happens? They get louder. They start tripping over words. Because they expected your reaction, and when it didn't come, they got trapped in their own loop with no script for your silence. That's power. And here's how to build it. The next time someone triggers you, repeat this to yourself. This is their pattern, not my truth. Then do nothing. Let the pattern run until it dies from lack of fuel. Now you're not just analyzing people, you're commanding the rhythm of the room. You're not defensive, you're predictive. That's how dangerous minds move. Quiet, cold, unreadable. And now that's you. Let's shift the lens. You walk into a social event. People are laughing, talking, pretending. But instead of trying to fit in, you decide to run the simulation. You listen. Where do they speak fast? Where do they try too hard? Where do they scan the room after a joke to see who laughed? These are not moments. These are micro glitches in the emotional code. Now you test it. Say something controversial. Stay calm. Delay your reply. See who spirals. Watch who rushes to fix the energy. That's their loop panicking. You didn't manipulate anyone. Triggered a script they wrote years ago, and now you're watching the old programming crash under your stillness. This isn't coldness. This is psychological clarity. And what do you do when you discover someone's loop? You decide, are they influenceable, redirectable, or non-operatable? If they're chasing validation, you know how to reward them strategically. If they're stuck in drama loops, you can withhold reaction and starve their storm. If they refuse to self-reflect, you exit. Not emotionally, strategically. Because real dominance isn't about staying in the room longer. It's about leaving first without ever slamming the door. That's the exit they never recover from. And here est what most people want to admit. Not looking for love. They're looking to have their loop fed. They don't want growth. They want emotional repetition. And now that you see it, you no longer offer what breaks you. You don't fight. You observe. You don't fix. You forecast. That's not apathy. That's command. Let me give you one last simulation. You're in the middle of a relationship that's falling apart. Every conversation ends the same way: blame, apology, silent treatment, pretend resolution, repeat. Most people call this love, but it's not. It's a loop disguised as connection. Here's what you do. You stop reacting. You stop explaining. You watch. You start saying less and listening for the pattern. What does it always end with? What is their reset move? Once you know that, you know everything. Try to change it once, twice. If the loop resists, you walk quietly. And if they chase, you already know why. Not because they love you, but because their loop needs you. And when you deny it, it panics. That's not your responsibility. That's their unresolved programming, and you're no longer its supplier. You're free. And if you're watching this thinking this is heavy, this is dark, good, that means it's real. That means you're waking up. That means you'll never again mistake chaos for chemistry, panic for passion, or control for leadership. Because now, you don't need to speak first. You don't need to be understood. You don't need to win arguments. Sit in silence and let the loop reveal itself. Then you choose. Influence, redirect, exit. That's not cold strategy. That's self-command. And if they call you unreadable, distant, hard to understand, remember, that's what people say about those they can no longer control. So the next time life throws you into a storm, a lie, a manipulation, a performance, don't try to fix it. Track it. And once you see the loop, you never unsee it. From that moment on, you become the stillness they cannot comprehend. And that right there is the moment the game changes. Welcome to the algorithm they never saw coming.